I'll bring that up. We have a coaches meeting next. I'll bring that up to the individuals there, but I have not heard of that as anything that is a mandate from USA Hockey.
And Peter, part of the new mandate from Hockey Canada is that two coaches or parents are supposed to monitor the locker room, like either be physically in their locker room or immediately outside with the door propped open so they can hear the conversations going on and hopefully, tamp down any potential bullying that might be going on or just reputable conversations or whatever. But that's part of the new mandate.
Yeah, we have that. Like I say, that's part of the each team has, and it's generally 1 to 4 parents that go through the Safe Sport training, so that not everyone has to be that individual in there all the time. But same thing, just certainly not near as many people. It's just one person has to be lingering, like you're saying, Tim around the locker room door to hear the conversation. They're appropriate. No cell phones are coming out, that kind of thing.
Last night, Sammy, at the mission statement meeting that was run by Samantha, this issue came up, and Samantha mentioned that she wanted to assure that there was someone in the room, a lady, to monitor behaviors. And they talked about the types of things that were going on that were unacceptable. And having done the mission statement exercise, which is teaching people about the importance of work ethic, effort, and respect, I just felt that, was this really necessary? Back in my day, I don't think it was on the male side. Maybe it was, and we were just being what we were. But I just feel that if the sport is teaching you the importance of respect, teamwork, and respecting one another and yourself, the life skills, and society is unable to have kids treat each other with respect, we're attempting to do that. And to me, the idea of having to have someone in the room without them being able to monitor themselves and appreciate what we're there for as teammates, regardless of the age, how do you raise your children that way?
Yeah, it's interesting, Wally, because it as much as the respect for the kids, it is in today's era very difficult to not be a helicopter parent too. Like, you need to allow your children to have their ability to, be with their friends and do all that kind of stuff that is, I don't know what the line is. I don't know what's right and wrong. And, but clearly there has been things that have happened that requires somebody in the dressing room to prevent it from happening. And can we get to a point where we have that trust again? One of my girlfriends yesterday, our daughters were in gymnastics together, and she had just seen a family psychologist that had suggested some things for her family of how to, ensure that your children are safe and out in the real world, I guess. And, how do you build that trust? And that you have to have that trust in the house first, like that it, starts at home. And if you can trust your child to, not yell back at you or not smart talk back to you, then you can trust your child to go to somebody else's house to not do that. And you have to, as a parent, then be okay with that. Like you have to, I think it's as much on the parent as it is on the kids. So I don't know, society seems to have changed so much that the expectation on the parent, like I would love to go to, my daughter's 7, to drop her off at a birthday party. But even at this age, the expectation is the parent goes to the birthday party with them now. Like, so that's different than I think it was even just 5 or 6 years ago, you know? So I'm sure sport is also falling in line with that. But, you know, it's the same probably thing that my parents used to, well, we didn't have to wear seatbelts or we didn't have to do this. And it's like, yeah, but things happened. So that things had to change. And maybe this is one of those things that now I'm of the era of like feeling like an old parent at 47 compared to these, most of my daughter's parents who are, you know, late 20s, early 30s. Maybe is it just a generational thing? I don't know.
Let's not forget, Wally, kids are mean.
Mhm.
And they, you know, they're obviously just learning. They don't know what really hurts. You know, it's unfortunate, but that's just part of growing up, I guess, is you don't know about boundaries. It's funny, Sammy, you mentioned the helicopter parenting. There's a great, I'll try to pull it up here. There's a great cartoon in the New Yorker magazine last month with two kids standing there, and they each have a parent behind them with a they're each holding a puppet marionette, and the strings go down to the kids, and the kids are saying, "Man, I miss helicopter parenting."
Because we're now at a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Yeah.
other parents scared to leave their kid at a birthday party because you don't know what's going to happen. Yet these
Yeah.
are all their peers, you know, let alone in a dressing room. I can imagine the fear that would go on there. So,
Yeah. Much to the detriment of the kids, unfortunately, and not being a parent.
yeah, like how do you teach your kid to deal with mean kids?
Yeah.
I just spent 5 days in Kelowna with my team, and some parents were there, and most were there, but you know, the parents were pretty good, you know.
Yeah, I
But
think too.
Hal, who comes
Sorry.
on here last year, got suspended from Minnesota hockey because he was on a business trip and something happened in the dressing room. I don't know if it was a cage rage or something like
Yeah,
this.
something.
And you know, and that's the thing about, you know, you're responsible no matter
Do
what.
the kids, when they travel with you, Tom, do they stay with each other or they stay with their parent?
No, they all had, it was kind of like a college trip. They all had a roommate.
Okay.
parents-
But then
we
the
were on
parents
the-
stay separately?
Yeah, the parents were on the third floor. We were on the
Okay.
second floor. But I've never seen with these women, like, there's no way in the world I could plan like this. They had every minute of the whole weekend all planned out. It was great. They went to eat and we went to the beach and it was amazing that they could do this. I shook my head, and because I just would say free time. And
So the
Sammy,
parents
yeah.
organized all of it or the kids organized it?
well, the parents organized the whole
Oh, wow.
deal. And no, it was, and they were very, you know, very good. You know, I had one little problem like the other day, and I wrote a letter kind of to everybody about what our team, because you never get to see them, and Wally's going to meet them on Monday. So I wrote a little letter about expectations, because you know, about coming to practice and all this kind of stuff. It hadn't been a problem until our last practice. And but the only feedback I got was one parent said very good letter, and another one said it was about his daughter just is doing so much. I said I don't expect her at the dry land because